Hey folks, it's Andrew from Gemba Red, and today I'll be testing one of the best blue blocker glasses on the market is the Uvex Orange safety glasses. Now these are the OG blue blockers. Before all the name brands came out with $100 pairs of blue blocking glasses, these were what biohackers were wearing for blue blocking at night. I went back and I found a 2016 article by Dr. Mercola recommending these same glasses. So this is what everyone was using before the high margin companies came in with lucrative affiliate programs. And I have stayed loyal to Uvex over all these years because they've provide one of the best blue blockers. They have a nice coverage, nice wraparound. They fit my big head. They're super comfy. They're super lightweight. So what? You know, they might get scratched up over a couple of years. Buy a new pair, no problem. But someone recently emailed me that they think the newer versions of the Uvex glasses have gotten lighter, and you can see the difference. This is my old one. It's a little bit more orange. This is the new one. Has a little bit more of a yellowy tone, a little bit of a lighter orange. You can kind of see the difference already, so that could be a red flag. We could test it out and see how much blue they're both blocking. It might be hard to detect just by eye, but we'll take some measurements and see. Okay, so here's the unfiltered spectrum. I have two waveform lighting lights. I have one that's 4,000 on the left and one that's 3,000 on the right. So it should give us a lot of nice color. It's got that peak of blue, and then it's got the greens and the reds and barely any infrared, a standard LED bulb, but they're one of the highest quality because they have high CRI and low flicker. But we're going to pay attention to some of these metrics. This is the total intensity that's being reached to it. This is EB, which is the intensity range of 400 to 500 nanometers, the blue range. And so we're going to keep an eye on that, how that gets reduced. EG is the green, ER is the red. The lux is just the total brightness. That's an important thing to consider because you're, reducing the total brightness when you wear blue blockers. So you're reducing, the amount of blue you're seeing, and thus the lux gets reduced as well. And then we're going to see how the color corrected temperature also changes. So we're here where like I said, we got a mix of 4,000 and 3,000, so they average out to about 3,500. All right, I'll put a table of the numbers in post because I can't remember them all. But we see the big money maker here is with the old pair of glasses, the EB drops to practically zero. So, with this detector at least, there's no blue detected with the older pair of Uvex. That's great. The lux drops down to 1,000, and the color corrected temperature drops down to 1,600. Okay, with the new pair, that's a little bit more lighter, a little bit more yellowish. We see the total brightness coming through is a little bit higher, not too bad, only 100 lux higher. But the blue, we do see a trace amount of blue is coming through. It's 0.120, so I can calculate the percentage when I put up a chart over here. But you do get a trace amount of blue coming through with the new glasses. Again, it might not be a deal breaker. Seeing a little bit of blue is not terribly harmful, but it is a little bit of a downgrade with their recent batches. And just because I'm on the topic here, I tested the Dewalt laser enhancement glasses, which again were another OG blue blocker before everyone sold out. And you can see it's much more of a dark red compared to the original blue blockers that were more orange, because people were saying, oh, now you need red tinted glasses because the red tinted glasses will block all the blue and also reduce the majority of green, which green also can shut down melatonin production. So if you have too much blue or green, then you got to upgrade and practically not be able to see anything at night and just wear super dark red glasses. So now we see with the red Dewalt glasses, the blue light is fully blocked. That's great. And now we see the green light component, only 10 is getting through. So a super low amount of the green can even come through these glasses. You're left with just this peak of red. And you can also see the lux is significantly reduced. This is why I don't generally like the super dark red glasses, because you're significantly reducing the lux. You're going to be stumbling around. It's hard to do stuff. Maybe if you're already in bed, then I'll slip them on. If you're, watching TV or watching something in bed, which you shouldn't do anyway, then wear these because you're already just laying down. You don't need to be walking around or stumbling around. So, or I use them for travel, for jet lag. But otherwise, I prefer the orange blue blockers as the kind of standard. Okay, so just a couple quick updates after I was very close to finishing editing. I found that Dewalt laser enhancement glasses are fully discontinued. I remember they were getting harder and harder to find over the years, but now they just seem to be fully discontinued from all retailers and according to the Dewalt's own website. So sorry about that, but it is important I left that part in because it's a good contrast to understand the reason why you might want a red blue blocker versus an orange blue blocker. I think that's good context, but you might have to shop around and I'll have to do some more digging into finding affordable alternatives. And that also gives even more context to the more important point is that the old Uvex glasses were reducing 47% of the green range from 500 to 600 nanometers. So they had a very nice reduction of green. And now the new ones are down to 38% reduction in the green range. So that kind of explains the bigger difference in the colors, because like we saw, the new ones are pretty good at still blocking most of the blue. It goes down to 99.8 something percent, so still very good reduction in blue. So maybe the bigger difference is that reduction in the green range, and so that might be the bigger issue here. If you care about having a better reduction of green, that's where the older one did much better. Otherwise, I'd still say these orange Uvex glasses are one of the best blue blockers money can buy. All right, thanks for tuning in.